Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Buffalo Bills. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They will run again with Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, it's Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Nicholson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now Carr. And that will be incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Play action. Now it's Allen. And the Raiders have got him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On the counter, here's Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Carr now on first down. He gets this one to Johnson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Carr going to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A handoff, Coleman between the tackles. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And that one opened up for him well, as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Now a play fake. Carr. Throw caught here by Bird. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Coleman will try up the middle. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Carr to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
No score after one on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And the Raiders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's first and goal. Carr, a quick throw. It's complete. Touchdown, Raiders! Tyron Johnson from 4 yards out. And the Raiders are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Now Cook running right. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Jordan Phillips is the one on the stop.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Cook. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He got 29 yards that time.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Now a give running right. It's Cook. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Allen off the play fake. Works right side into the hands of the tight end Knox. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 16. Over 100 catches in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in these playoffs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Allen going to throw. The left side caught by Diggs. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll run with Cook. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. On play action, Allen. Touchdown! Dawson Knox from 3 yards out. And the Bills go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The Raiders on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw his Carr. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, now Carr. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing now is Carr. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee you, he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st?
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 65 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Handoff, Coleman, right side. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now Carr. He'll get this to Coleman, and he'll be brought down at the 27. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, 27 yards. And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Throwing again on second down. Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Bills have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is, and doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced.
We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one goes for 36 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
On first down, Allen. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Throwing now is Allen. Looking for Knox on the crossing route. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 19. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath, sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. Operating from the red zone now. Allen, throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. Now Allen again. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Here's Allen to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to have it here just past the 25. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone, possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
On the ground, it's a handoff to Coleman. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun now on third down, Carr able to find Waller. That's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Carlson on for the PAT. And oh, it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To the air, Allen. And complete, right side to Cook. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Now Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Allen off the play fake. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Allen going to throw. Touchdown, Bills! Dawson Knox, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bills are an extra point away now from moving out in front.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Second and 6. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 90 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. Pass complete to Bird out right here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Now they hand off to Coleman. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Carr. Open man, that's Renfro. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 18. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Here's Coleman. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw his Carr. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. Touchdown! Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, They had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Carr will look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Allen. Over the middle, it's complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Here's Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Cook up the gut. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Now, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Allen dancing to his left. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Allen and Knox teaming up there for Buffalo 1st down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Allen now looks to throw. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, it's one thing to get the interception, and it was a great play, but then you saw how quickly all of his teammates, Charles, turned to find blocks, made sure they had space for him to make the house call.
And not only did they turn and find the blocks, none of them clipped from behind, blocked someone in the back. This play is going to stand. And how about what we see each and every week now? When the defenders make a big play, there's always a group celebration after the takeaway.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Looking for Knox on the crossing route. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And 26 big yards on that one. It's another 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 27. To throw, it's Allen. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play, and who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Here's Allen to throw it. Touchdown, Bills! Dawson Knox saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. On play action, now Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Nicholson, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Carr. Drops it off for Coleman. He's going to have the first down and then some. Loose inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll go up the middle with White. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. He ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Working with 2nd and 5 now. To throw his Carr. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, you should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Raiders are moving on. Thanks for watching, everybody, and so long.